Alright, welcome back to the channel everybody. ASAP Grim here, and this is the continuation of my Bannerlord War Sales playthrough. And we got a pivot. I did some off-screen playing. I'll show you kind of my thought process and what I went through just in case it's helpful to any of you that are watching. But I have changed my mind a little bit. I've shifted on the cavalry idea, and let's just go ahead and get right into it. I do want to let you know, I think I did some more tweaks to my mic audio, so I hope that this is all like zeroing in on better quality sound. You guys let me know if you think otherwise or if you agree. No, I'm not begging for any comments or feedback or anything. It's only if it strikes you, if you notice it. If it's a non-factor for you completely, then don't say anything, and then that gives me an idea on whether or not things are as pronounced as I think they are, or if just because I'm kind of in the nitty-gritty of the video production, it's just kind of got my attention a lot more than your average viewer. Okay. Let's start out by so I played quite a bit off screen, and I have rolled back to the point that we left off at the end of last video. This should be your Friday video, so TGIF everybody, Merry Christmas to you. If we bring up our party, you'll see I have one cav unit listed here. I'm assuming that's my guy. We have 54 troops. We have only 10 archers. I need to get that plussed up. We do have some prisoners, just a few. But if we go over here to inventory, all of my companions have mounts. Okay, now, right off the bat, I already know I'm going to get rid of Soren's mount. Get rid of Blag's mount. And I think, yeah, Alrika as well. That's because those are my division captains. One is in charge of the frontline shield troops, one is in charge of the shock troops, and then she is in charge of the archer division. Everybody else, pretty much family, rides with me in the companion cavalry. And I think that's going to be enough for the cav that I want. Let's take a look at what I had to look at here and kind of learn the hard way, or maybe even relearn. If we move back, the first thing that I did was I had to decide what kind of cav do I want to grab. And my guy, I want him ultimately to be swinging a glaive, to have a one hand and a shield. A shield is almost like required because arrows hurt. And I want him to have javelins. I have to go with the javelins if I want to be able to carry that pole arm. Otherwise, and the shield. Now, I did think of something. I thought, because a glaive kind of acts like a two-hander at the same time. So you could, I guess, theoretically carry a glaive and a shield. But your glaives, you're going to have to put your shield on your back. Right? So it's different. It's a two-handed polearm. And I need one-handed polearms. So basically what I'm looking for is cavalry that dovetails with the kinds of perks I'm going to have. So we're talking polearm, one-handed and shield, and javelin. And probably the order of importance would be polearm first, in my opinion, and then javelin. You might be able to make a really good case to flip those. And then after that, one-handed is the least important to me, but it is incredibly important to me for my cavalry to have shields. So it kind of necessitates the one-handed. I just don't necessarily need them to be using their one-hander to kill people. But I want them holding that shield. So if we go here to troops, what I was looking at was I already knew Valandia wasn't going to be the way to go. And that's because, of course, they do have the shield. So that's really, really good. So they're a one-hander and a shield, and then they have this lance. So that's for the Banner Knight. Now what about their regular cavalry? That was their hero troops, so their noble troops. So I'm going to have to pay extra for that. Their regular cav is going to have a knight lance, a wide heater shield, and a rigid arming sword. So again, there's no ranged option here at all. Certainly no javelins. So Valandia was out. Sturgia is who I ended up going with. If we look at the Driznik, this is their noble line, and I really didn't want to take a noble. I want to conserve that money for the Nordic nobles. And sure enough, there is no jav here. No javelin. They are a thrusting lance, so not even a glaive. They are a knight's kite shield and a one-handed war sword. Okay, well, what about their non-noble line? What if I come down here and hit infantry and pick this here just to get into the tree? This guy right here. This guy is who I ended up selecting because he's got fair armor for a non-noble troop. He has a thrusting polearm. He has a kite shield. He does have the javelin. And he has the veteran war axe. Now, probably the best option when money is no object is to go with the Aserai. I think it's this guy here. He's a noble unit. And he's got really good skill, 200 in polearm, 170 in riding, 170 in one-handed, and 140 in throwing. He has everything. He's got the polearm. It isn't a glaive, so it's a thrusting polearm, but it's a shield. He gets the Jareed with a stack amount of 5, and he gets a one-handed weapon, plus he has noble level armor and a noble level mount, and the mount's armor as well. So that's probably your best option, but that would be a pain in the neck for me to be able to get as a Nord. I got to go to the opposite end of the map. Then I got to keep those units maintained. Every time I lose some, I have to go back and recruit some more and then try to level them up, right? It becomes a real pain in the neck. The other one that I considered was the Kuzite. And you know from last video, I was already thinking heavily about these guys. Let's take a look at their heavy lancer. This is really kind of on par with the Nord that I had settled on. Not the Nord, the Sturgian. But you can see no ranged option. If we do look at their ranged, there's no pole arm. So you kind of have to select between the two. On top of that, they are a bow versus javelin. Right? But the Kuzite Heavy Lancer, 130 in polearm, 130 in one-handed, and 150 in riding. Now, they have, of course, they have their noble line also. And I think it's actually under mounted archers. It's the Khan's Guard right here. The Khan's Guard is a 200 in polearm, 200 in riding, and 200 in bow. And I really thought about maybe I could take both. Maybe I could have the Sturgians with their javelins ride with me, and then get a bunch of Khan's Guard and pair them up with Alrika, and have her lead a group of horse archers, basically, because they have the bow, they have 2 stacks of steps, arrows, and then they get the glaive, and that glaive is, and she'll have glaive talents also, because that's how I'm building her. So that would be about perfect, right? But it would be expensive, it might take me a little while to get in. I'm now carrying 2 noble troops, the noble Nordic infantry troop and the noble Khan's Guard. And I also felt like I was starting, my army was kind of getting really too broad and not specialized enough. We're talking about frontline shielded infantry, frontline shock melee troops, our archers, a set of companion / Sturgian Javcav, and then a set of Khan's Guard horse archer glaive style cavalry as well. And I was like, man, I don't know, that's getting spread pretty thin, and it might be hard to kind of maintain all these different troops and stuff. And sure enough, just getting guys leveled up through the Sturgian tree is just a pain in the neck, man. And then right here is not as much of a pain in the neck, but they don't fit me really well. They would definitely have to ride with Alrika and their nobles, so it's going to cost, right? So when it was all said and done, one of the guys that's watching, Armstrong, we were talking. He made a comment on a past video, and we were both kind of excitedly talking about playing with the Nords. And he mentioned, I was talking about how I was going to kind of take after the Normans and incorporate a cavalry element. And he was saying he's not going cav at all. He's just going to stick with pure Nord combat style, all ground and pound. And he was enjoying playing on foot and stuff like that, right? Well, I kind of kept that in the back of my mind. And as I was noticing how kind of I felt like I was getting spread out with the various kinds of units that I would have, and then keeping them maintained, and the expense of it all, and leveling troops up, the grind to level them all up, and it was a bear, and I was actually practicing this off screen. I spent quite a bit of time, and I remembered what Armstrong said, and eventually just came to the conclusion of, I think I'm doing this all wrong, man. We should return as a inspiration. We should return to that Vikings History Channel TV series. We should be about raiding. We should get into the ships and be out on the water. We should be hitting villages, hit and run style real hard. We should definitely be hard infantry focused with maybe a little bit of cav support, and I was actually thinking maybe just to go Armstrong's route and just completely ditch out. But I've already got my guys, I'm starting to put points. See here, Nyaldar, 3 points into writing, so over athletics. Now, I could go and retrain this. So we can recover from this if I need to. But for right now, I'm just going to keep our family, the companion cavalry. I'm just going to go with that and everything else is just going to be melee and archery. That's what I'm thinking. So, if we look here, Soren is not being counted, Blag's not being counted, and Alrika's not being counted. That's going to leave 1 Fjörgir, 2 Njaldar, 3 Olofun up until I make her, is Olofun my spouse? Yes. Okay. Up until I make her a trade caravan leader. So that's she's a tentative. Golta would be 4, and myself, Eric, that gives us 5, and we'd be reduced down to 4 cav once Olafun leaves. Maybe I'll hire a few more, because it might be nice to get to 10. 10 sounds pretty good to me. And I think I'd like to have, just working off where we're at right now, I think I'd like to have how many can I hold? 122. Okay, I can hire up to 122. So of that, I think I want 20 archers. I'd like to have 40 melee. So that brings me to 60. 10 cav would be 70. So where else can I add? I could go to 30 archers, and 50 melee would be 70, 80. Plus the 10 cav would be 90. That's getting a little bit closer. 40, 20, 30, 40 archers. That seems like a lot. Plus 80, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 80 melee. See if I just stick with the double up. But maybe I should go like 60 melee with 30 archers. That would get me to 90. I said that already, didn't I? Anyway, you guys get let's not spend too much time on that. You guys get a gist of how I'm trying to add things up to come up with what kind of composition am I going to have. I think I'd like to have 10 cav. So if I'm at 120 right now, then that gives me 110 to play with. That should be, 60-40, 60-50, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah. 60-50, we could maybe do 70-40, might be better. You know, so that's what I got to get to. Alright, so what's the war stance right now? We're at war with the Northern Empire. Okay, so now that I've explained all that for the first 15 minutes... let's head back north and start recruiting our own nobles. How are we doing on food? We're at 79. Gulta has given health to another baby. We got kids coming up too, man. So we might not even need to hire companions. We got family members coming up. We're really feeling like a clan, you know? To me, it feels very family-centric. That is the really nice thing about story mode. You gotta build up to that whenever you go sandbox. Let's see if they have any cavalry here to buy just to get our speed up some. Pay him a pension. Order your supervisors to take more care even if it slows down production. Munificent, merciful, 100 gold. Workshop loses 10% of its revenue. You're not going to pay for another man's clumsiness. Let work recommence at the same pace. Close-fisted, decreased security. As on the battlefield, so on the workshop floor. Let each team work at its own pace, receiving bonuses for output, but also taking... Oh, yeah, I like that one. That just seems smart. I didn't even look at the bonuses that we got for that. That just seemed like the smart thing to do. Okay, our brewery is currently making 400 gold, so we're doing quite good there. Let's move into trade. We'll sell all this stuff back. I do need more of these mounts. Do I have the money for it? 19k. You will pay 1955. Yes, I do. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stick with my low skill mount for right now just because I'm not ready to move up yet. Still getting a handle on how all this is gonna work. Okay, so these should be Nordic towns. Not a warrior, not a spear warrior, not a youngling, none of these guys. Although, I will take the marksman, I guess. Next. Scions, yes, we want them. We'll take you guys and convert you into archers. So, the thought that came to mind was, rather than focusing on the cavalry, we treat our ships as cavalry. You know where I got that from? The movie, We Were Soldiers, where you know, this takes place in the Vietnam War, and it's a new idea. So the colonel is having to think outside the box, and he's part of the Cav division, right? Everything with cavalry, whether you're talking about old days when we were riding horses or new days where we're mechanized infantry or something about moving in quick, it's all about speed. Everything is about speed. So in this case, they were incorporating helicopters. And he understood that the helicopters were his cavalry. That's gave them their mobility and their ability to bring troops in for resupply and reinforcement and to bring supplies in and stuff like that. Well, so I thought, okay, what do we use for our mobility now? And I guess it wouldn't really happen so much on the battlefield, but it's the ships. That gets us from place to place quickly and allows us to hit and run on raids. Well, kind of. Because you can't just land anywhere. That is perhaps one of the shortcomings. These long ships, as Viking raiders, I think you should be able to land on shore anywhere. I don't know what that would do to the balance of the game, though. But that's how it was back in the day. More Scions. We want them. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's probably Scion. That sounds more correct to me. Scions. Alright, let's hit this guy right here. So we are really plussing up on our troop count. And I think I'm going to go to 75 and stop. Well, 76. And then stop. Okay, nothing, no special troops there. Svenstock might have some. That's probably Svenstack. And then we need to get back to hitting whatever we can to make money, whether it's looters or enemy combatants, villages, raiding villages. Hearthguard, yes. Go ahead and grab all of them. Alright, that puts me at 76, perfect. Okay, we're out. Let's come down here to Thronderlag. And it said that we're fighting the Northern Empire. Well, I need to level up. Let's do this first, just as a test. Infantry! Alright, now I need to get people set up here. So, Blag. Well, we need to make a level 2. Okay, you're going to be high tier plus throwing weapons. Okay, that's going to be Blag. Give you like 25. Soren is going up here. And you're going to be shields. You know, let's take this high tier off. Let's go shields and high tier. And this will just have a preference for throwing weapons and not care about the tier. Okay, Alrika. Will be in charge of our archers. Okay, we are set. That leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 5 cav, basically. Infantry! Oh, that's not going to work. All that. And then they didn't really spread out the way I expected. It should be 2 lines. Forward! Infantry! Forward! There we go. They're 2 ranks deep. Infantry! And then same thing with these guys. Archers! Forward! Loose formation! Let's make them 2 ranks deep. Okay. And we're ready. Alright, now these are just looters, so we have plenty of troops moving forward. All of my nobles should be up in this group here, I think. I wish we had a way to say like two-handers back here. Maybe there is, and I just haven't seen it. And there they are.
Infantry! Move! Infantry! Move! Soldier! Raise your shields! Split your skull!
Oh, there's an impressive amount of range damage going out for these being melee groups.
Infantry! Close in! Footmen! Attack! Infantry! Kill them all!
And we just roll them over. We only had 1 wounded, and it was a rookie, a youngling. Alright, good deal. We get 9 level ups out of that. Warrior versus Huntsman. I want more archers. Axe Warrior versus Spear Warrior. I'll take 1 of each, and then an additional Axe Warrior. We got the Warproof in here, and Shield Companion. Okay. I don't want to get out in front of my income. I'm very kind of, I guess, leery about that. That's a real risk. I don't have a great feel for exactly how to keep that from happening. I'm not really sure how many troops I should have. How far should I upgrade them? I'm just having to sort of watch the breakpoints down here and hope that I can manage by feel. Here's Halfdar. We have 59 days of food, so we better buy some more food. Okay, what about horses? Do we have any more? Let's see, this is a mount. And this is a mount. We'll get the cheaper. That'll be 5. You will pay 2,600. Okay. Would it increase? Let's sell first. Maybe create a temp save. And then go into trade. Alright, I'm at 4.3 right now. If I take these guys, it says it stays at 4.3. What if I actually purchase it? It's still 4.3. So we don't need them. We have enough mounts for all of our troops, I guess. Okay, instead we're going to go to the port and we're going to call fleet. Oh, I need to buy food. I got plenty of fish and grain. I need everything else. Okay, probably should call it good right there. I don't know. I kind of want to get a little bit of that. Maybe do that. Okay, 114 days and a variety of food. It's not all of them, but we'll run with that. Go to the port and set sail. Okay, so we're looking for fights. We can do that on the sea or we can do it on land. I am a lot more comfortable on land for obvious reasons. The sailing is new to the game with the DLC, right? A convoy. So that would be a trader, right? A merchant. The Velvet Weaver. Oh, we're catching them. Okay. Hand over your goods or die. Alright, so we're going to attack them. You know, earlier whenever I was talking about ships, I didn't complete my thought. The idea being that, what's going on here? Okay. The idea being that we can customize our ships, and we should play into that. That's part of the DLC, right? So, let's do that.
Soldier, attack!
Okay, I just gave the order for everybody to attack. Hopefully that'll work the way that I'm anticipating it working. Both ships are outfitted with both melee and ranged. We are the Nords. Nobody is better at sea than we are. Everybody for us is a Marine. You will die. Alright, here we go. They're angling in to try and ram us, I guess. That's not gonna work. There we go. Nets are out. Those are all my guys. Okay. I don't want to be the first one over. Oh! Oh, that guy got bullied. We have one. Are we going to take any of these ships captive? I gotta admit, that was fun. See, we should be focusing on that, not on cavalry. I thought that was really fun. Huntsman, I guess all's well that ends well, right? Of course I'm going to like it more. We did lose a Scion here. Okay. And we will upgrade who we can. Warrior. No, I want more archers. These are the war-proven. Okay. Axe warrior or spear warrior? I'll take another spear warrior. And then shield biters or marauders. Give me a marauder. Okay. 51 melee, 18 archers. So we're getting really close to my... I think initially I'll be happy with 20 archers. Okay. Oh my goodness. Is any of this good? Nah, it's all... This is all vendor trash. Well, this says it's better. Is it one-handed? It is. You know what? It's got spear brace on it. We ought to give this to Soren. Yeah, that would be an upgrade for her anyway. There you go, Soren. You get a spear brace. A spear-braced, capable spear. A brace-capable spear. There, finally found the words I was looking for. Is that bow better? No, it's not going to be better. Alrika's got pretty nice recurve bow. Okay, so we're going to take the rest of this to sell. Oh, looks like I'm overweight. Loot this ship. Yeah, take it. So we now have a fleet of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships. Yeah, we should definitely be leaning into that. Where is a friendly port? Right here at Belgard. We want to sell. Looks like we can upgrade. Who upgraded? A bunch of people. Soren upgraded as a mariner. Plus 25% melee weapon handling or plus 30% loot from defeated merchant convoys. Or both of those, actually. 25% melee weapon handling seems nice. Plus 30% loot from defeated merchant convoys. That's also pretty impressive. Or negative 30% accuracy penalty from ship roll and plus 50% conformity gain for pirate prisoners. And I don't ever tend to do prisoners, so we're going to go with this. What was that called? Pirate's Prowess. Okay. Blag Blood Axe also will be taking the same thing. Yeah, all of them will. Fjörgir he upgraded in one-handed. He's gonna go trainer because this one happens only without a shield. So plus 5% experience. This is when he's a party leader, which I plan on him being later down the road. And then if we just cycle through everyone and see if there's any focus points to spend. I don't see any. And no attribute points either. Okay. And hit done. This just kind of feels like the right direction to go, guys. The focusing on ships instead of cavalry. Like I'm trying to describe. The reason I spoke up is because I just internally I feel good. You ever have to make a choice in life where you don't have a crystal ball? You got to kind of go around a blind corner, and it's sort of a flip of the coin. So you choose a direction, and then as you're going, you're like, okay, everything's feeling good. It just feels, you can't really explain it, but it feels like everything's working out. That's what this is like right here, this decision. Okay. So we repaired the fleet. Now that, I guess, is one thing. That's going to be a consistent expense, but we're making money too. And we're getting new ships. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, I'm not going to do anything to upgrade our fleet at all just yet. I am going to hopefully save up for another workshop. I think that's going to be the plan. We want to max out workshops. And then, let's see if we can get down here. We would dock at Omar. And then maybe look at Trade Caravan. You know, actually that might have been faster to go cross the sea. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, Freya is 8 years old. Let's give her a Master at Arms for increased vigor. And go with Pole Arm. And then additionally, she shows natural talent in riding. That's good, because she'll be part of the companion cavalry. That's what I'm calling it. It is a bit of a misnomer because it's not just companions. It is, it's basically our clan members. Oh. Let's get these guys. We're just looking for people to train on, basically. At 70 troops, I don't feel like I'm quite ready to go down there and get involved in real, actual battles, although we could raid villages. But this also is very useful. And it's 70 versus 64, so... maybe I should have saved it. I probably should. Let's hit never mind. Let's save as... Save over the temp file. Also, it's going to be a nighttime fight. Those are not my favorite. Although they look good. Okay. And attack. Now, apparently we can't bring all 5 ships, and it doesn't really do that for us. Can we do this? No. So, it's just 2 ships. Versus their 3. No, wait, these are my 3. Oh. Oh, snap. Did I just do it? No. How do I do this? Oh, there we go. Okay, we can only have a maximum of 3 ships at our command. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Boatswain, Mariner, Shipmaster. So 91499. Oh, she's pretty good. Or he, Nyaldar. Oh, holy smokes. Olofun is probably going to be... Man, Gulta is good also. How are you? Not good enough. But we got some female captains, man. Holy smokes. And then there's me, and I'm lagging way behind. Our 2 noble ladies. The frickin' Nords train their family members on how to sail the seas. Because they are amazing.
Soldiers!
Okay, everybody's attacking, or should be. White Eagle, Silver Albatross. It said skirmish. So they might end up providing skirmish support. We'll have to see how that goes. Engage. Okay, F4 for engage. That's what I prefer. Just get right in their face. Shove our swords into their bellies. Let our ranged support from the decks. What are these flashing lights that we're seeing? That must be something with the lighting system. Let's try to board this one here. We're attacking them from both sides. It's probably not going to go real well for them. It seems to have gone really well for them. What happened here? Okay, well, no, we did alright. Let me get back across here, boys. And, we're gonna come over... Let's see, where was it? It was... The control of my ship is right here. So I want to saw loose from this ship. I'm basically thinking out loud, guys. And then I want to try and back on the oars, back on the oars. Well, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and I didn't have to really give them any direction at all. There's nobody on the oars, so I can't navigate anymore.
Soldier!
I just told everybody to attack. Okay, we finished them off. Okay, forward. I don't know what to do here. We should be sawing loose. Okay, there they go. Charge. Okay, we win. We win. It was a heck of a fight, though. I'm sure we lost a lot. We did. We lost 22. That is a bunch. So we're gonna have to go back and recruit more. But we yeah, 22 losses, 13 rank ups. So I don't know. I wouldn't say that we won that, but I guess it was worth it for experience for me. I could say that. Let's see, axe warrior, spear warrior, take the axe. War proven. Marksman. Earth guard. That was quick. Sky god's chosen. And shield companion. Okay. Give me thy loot. Land capacity exceeded. Okay, but not ship capacity, I take it. We just can't travel. Eric can also get pirate's prowess. Nyaldar, same. And Fjörgir will get... I like this plus 30 throwing skill to troops in your formation. That just seems kind of phenomenal, so I think I'm going to go with that. Alright. Yeah, I was just kind of rethinking that. I think that's probably the way to go. It really only comes into effect whenever he's a party leader, though. So the other one that is in effect for him all the time is that he gets additional damage from speed, and since he's part of the companion cavalry, that's not really terrible. That's not bad at all. I'm feeling really good about this new direction. I think this was the way that I should have been going from the very get-go. I love cavalry so much that I think that that kind of pulled me off course there, guys. But this feels like how we should be doing it. Okay, we're gonna repair those ships. We're gonna go to the town center. We're going to ransom for 2,500. That's not bad. And then trade in food. We have 233 food. So we need to sell some food. Let's get down to around 30, 25, 30. Okay, 128 days of food. Seems good. I don't need any of this stuff. Now that I'm not focused on Cav at all. These are Sturgian troops. I don't need them. We will instead sail across the bay to... Oh, wait. Go back to the port, set sail, and head to Throngard. And we're going to have to go recruit some more troops. Let's take a look and see what my breakdown is here so I know what kinds of troops I need. Okay, so we're going to go by, I think type, so that we look at the, whatchamacallit, the melee first. So Berserker is a top tier normal troop, right? From the normal troop. He's our shield infantry. We have 5 of them. The Marauder is the top tier shock troop. No, I guess it's the Scalbristier. We've got 1 of the Marauder. Hearthsguard, those are the noble line. Yeah, right there. How many of those do we have? 2. Warproven also from the noble line. So that's 8 nobles. 9 with the Scion. And I think that's it for the nobles. Yeah, because we don't have any Housecarls yet. Huskarls. But we do have Nord warriors. So 3 warriors. 4... Who was the other? The Marauder. We have 5 shock troops, basically. We have 5... Really, the nobles are also frontline infantry. So 6, 7, 8, 9... We're looking at, blah, 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 19, no, 14. Gosh, man, math is hard for me. 14, I hate to math in public. 15, 16, 17, 18, I think, frontline troops, and only 5 shock troops, or 6, or whatever it was. So we're going to need some more shock troops, and that'll come from normal recruits. Feel pretty good about the amount of nobles that we have. Let me take a look at that again. 2, 8, 9. We could plus up the nobles a little bit. About 6 more probably. Recruit troops, but we also need these guys here, so I'll take that guy. Oh, and how many archers do I have? Only 11 archers, so my archers got decimated in that fight. I am rather quick now, though. Give me another archer. Another warrior. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 archers, potentially. Oh, he's ready for us to sign on as a vassal. That's our, that's the Nordic leader right there. 19, 20 more of these Nordic warriors. We need some nobles now. I'd like to get 6 more, I think, of the noble line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is this about? Tell him that tricks don't win battles, but bravery does. Accept and tell him to demonstrate his technique with a sword on one of your men so that the lesson sticks. Pass you time, recognizing that a warrior who survives so many battles probably knows a thing or two. We should take that one. So we gain some experience. While also gaining disorganized. We're at the end of this episode, guys. We're going to hit this group of 20, though. See if we can get some of our troops leveled up. Here, just grab all these Hearth Guards and the, I don't need the Youngling. I'll take the Marksman. Oh, that Nord Marauder would be nice to have. Okay. Oh, we got, who's this? Scorin. Age 2. Vigor. Endurance. And gets a point to control also. Excellent. We got a lot of kids in the clan, man. It's going well. Hit that, hit that. Who leveled up? I did. Negative 25% wages and upgrade costs of the mercenary troops in your party. I don't really tend to hire mercenaries. Prisoners in your party provide carry capacity as if they are standard troops. Yes, please. We will do that. Anything? Any points that can be distributed? Doesn't look like it. Attack. Okay. How are we set up here? Shields, pole arms, throwing, heavy armor, high tier, low tier. Okay, let's say high tier over here, low tier up front, just because
Infantry!
the way that the ranking structure is, the higher tier ones, the shock troops take a little while longer to get to, so they tend to be high tier. That was group 1, yes it was.
Move! Infantry! Move! Forward! Footmen! Move! Warriors! Move! Bowmen! Forward! Stand apart! Soldier! Charge! Footmen! Attack!
Okay. So it's just 20 bandits. And my second line of infantry here is really just for backup. We'll probably stop them a little ways back.
Infantry! Move! Infantry! Move! Footmen! Move! Footmen! Forward! Infantry! Forward! Infantry! Kill them all! Infantry! Forward!
There we go. I was having a hard time getting them to place where I wanted them at.
Soldiers!
2 is where I want them, okay.
Infantry! Make a shield wall! Take formation!
Is that going to be close enough for you guys to throw anything you got? I mean, a lot of you got shields.
Infantry! Give them hell! Infantry! Follow me!
Oh my god, I'm hitting the wrong buttons.
Soldier! Shields up! Infantry! Raise infantry!
Hopefully that did it.
Footmen! Move!
I might have gotten some guys killed just from bad management there. So a lot of those thrown weapons are coming from my back line. We did take a death. And it was a Nord warrior. Okay. Fair enough. I got fat fingered on that. War proven. Let's take 2 axe and 1 spear. War proven. Warrior. No, I think I'll take more archers. Hey, we got our first Huskarl. Since we started recruiting them. I'm at 16 on the archers, 56. Total of 73. We have a lot of room there, open there. Oh, look, we're up to 41.1k gold. That kind of happened relatively quickly. So, what we're going to do to end this episode, I'm at an hour 1 now. We're going to make a pit stop here at Reuvenbreck. We're going to make our way over to whatever city it is here to the east. Starts with an H. And we're going to buy, I think, the Flax Station. Yeah, give me the Scions and give me another Youngling. Okay, that gets me to 76. I can convert that Youngling into an Archer. Havelgard or something like that. Hargard. And then that's how we'll end the episode, is buying our second workshop. Looks like we're gaining points in stewardship. The spouse of Olofun, isn't that me? Learn that she's with child. That doesn't really sound good. Here's Olofun right here. That's not how it normally notifies us. So she's pregnant again. Do they have cheating in this game? Alright, we got Ingun and Scorn. Those are our kids. And, Nialdar... Yeah, Nialdar has Frigga and Op. And Firgir has, Oh, Firgir's got the most, man. Oh, because she had twins. His wife, our archer leader, I think. Yeah. Wait. Family. Spouse. Okay, Gulta. His wife, Gulta, gave birth to twins. And so, that's Aeldi, Thulric, and Anessa. How's Alda doing? No kids. Oh, no, these must be them. She's got 3 children. We've never met them before. Maybe we should go visit her. I forgot who she's married to. Enemies, family. Yeah, Ingvar. Okay. So, we got a total of what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids in the clan right now. If my count is correct. Oh man, this is a neat game. It is. It's a really neat game. I've been spending a lot of time trying to get ready for, like, find out what mods am I going to use for Cyberpunk, and I'm really only just getting started on that. I'm only looking at graphics mods right now. I think I know what I'm going to do, but I'm still researching it. So I poured a lot of time into that today, and then I poured a little bit of time today, a lot of time yesterday, and I think maybe the day before on this game here, leveling up and stuff, and then had to kind of dial it back, and you know what I told you about at the beginning of this video, that we're gonna shift our focus away from cavalry and onto ships. All right, let's do that. 103 days of food. We need more butter if they've got it. They do. And what about beer? We'll grab some beer. Might as well grab grapes then. They're even cheaper. Oh. Okay, there was only 3 of them, though. Yeah, oh, meat. Let's grab... No, we're good on meat. Okay, I've got 136 days. 1360 of 2750. That's right. We were going to buy a shop. Let's take a walk around the town center. We'll get another look at the Nordic town. Come on. There we go. Is that Olafun? No, Gulta. Alright. Brewery. Here we go. The wool weavery. Which uses flax, right? No, wait. I think it's the linen. Yeah, linen weavery. That's what we want. Oh, but they have sheep feeding this town also. So the wool weavery is something that we'll eventually want to buy. All 3 of our shops will be in this town eventually, I believe. There's some risk to that, because if it ever gets taken, we lose everything. You look terrible. Like, zombie, like... Don't give me whatever you got with. With these Nords, you can really see the athleticism just in how quick they move. Right? And little things like whenever you're in town. My Valandian wasn't anywhere close to this fast. And it really helps with a Nordic town. Nordic towns are so big. A lot of space to traverse. Hey, did I pass this thing? I lost track of where I was going. Okay, it's back here. Linen Weavery. Gulta is keeping up, man. She's not really falling behind. Oh, look at that. She's charging. Maybe we could pretend that this is Kattegat. I think about the only thing that I sort of lament about your typical Viking TV shows or movies is that it always makes them look like the nightmarish, hyper-skilled martial enemy, right? And they really weren't that much better than the people they were attacking. I guess they were initially, because the people weren't expecting to be attacked, and the Vikings attacked anybody. They attacked civilians. They did hit and run tactics. How am I trying to spit this out without sounding like I'm throwing shade on the Vikings, because they deserve the credit that they get. I mean, the bravery and their size, of course, was intimidating, and the ferociousness and all of that. You know, it was shocking. But there's a reason that they lost, man. You know, there's just the land armies of the French and the English caught up in a hurry. And the Vikings really couldn't stand against that. They didn't, for one thing, they didn't have enough people. That was probably a big part of it. But I would argue with you that man for man, similar army sizes, once the armies started figuring out how to incorporate all 3 elements, we're talking the European armies, of frontline infantry, ranged combat, and cavalry, so that they could circumvent the shield wall, I think that the Vikings were in an awful lot of trouble. And there's a reason that they did hit and run tactics, is what my position is. But let's try buying this. Okay, we gotta talk to Brigoon. So every time you see a Viking show or movie, it makes them look absolutely amazing. And it typically makes the Europeans, and particularly the Christians, I suppose, which would be all of them, but like when they're showcasing the Christianity part, they usually make that look weak. And I think that the idea is to try and capture the early shock and awe nature of just how fast the Vikings just cut through everything early on. And then that leaves us with this impression that they were this sort of unstoppable force, and that's obviously history says that's not true. Obviously, right? The fact is that they were extremely stoppable and had their land invaded and taken over. You know, I mean, Charlemagne, my goodness. So, my name is Eric, and I want to buy your linen weavery. Yeah, for about 29k. There we go. It's that sound. She's got crazy eyes. Stay away from this chick. I was just watching a video I had heard about this, guys, but I hadn't bothered looking into it at all. I just was busy with so many other things that I wanted. Not anything important. I just wanted to play video games more than I wanted to check into this. But it was that DoorDash girl that like pushed in on the dude's house, and he was passed out drunk, and she took a picture of him half naked. I don't know. I guess he was probably watching porn and masturbating or something. He probably ordered DoorDash because he was already 3 sheets to the wind. He's like, man, I'm hungry and I know I can't drive. And then I guess he jerked off or something, you know, because he was half naked. Oh, we in the wrong part of town. And she walked into his door and filmed him, threw it up on her, I guess, somewhat sizable TikTok account, and claimed sexual assault. And as the authorities were digging into this, you start to learn she has a history of doing illegal things and throwing them up on TikTok. And so she got charged, and TikTok took the video down, and then she doubled down on it, right? So I think she was trying to set up a case where she could sue TikTok or something like that. And as you watch those videos where she's doubling down, you start to get she never really says it directly, but you get the idea that her primary interest and like probable motivating cause for why she did this move in the first place was to make money on TikTok by claiming victimhood and doing basically what we have, guys, is we have a whole generation of people. You know what? I don't want to say that. I'm not going to say it's because that makes it sound like it's just Gen Z. I would say it's primarily Gen Z, but it's a class of people that are on social media that have turned into something like ambulance lawyers. You know, way back in the day, you used to have these TV ads, or you'll see them on the billboards sometimes. It's these lawyers advertising, hey, have you been hurt in an accident? Give me a call and let's go after these people. Or a better example even would be like radio shock jocks, like what Howard Stern used to be. Just say the craziest, most offensive things you can think of, because it gets people's attention. There's no such thing as bad press, right? And then you can make money off of that. And I think that that's what we have, is we have a lot of trash news out there, fake news. We have a lot of trash social media. We have what we call slop. Mostly that's associated with AI slop, but we're but there's plenty of YouTube channels out there that are just peddling in BS because they don't care about being right. They care about getting clicks and they care about ad revenue. And it looks like that's what this chick was doing, is that she was just trying to exploit this dude with absolutely no regard whatsoever for what might happen to him or how things might go wrong for him. In fact, she says in one of her videos that her intention was for him to live in shame the rest of his life. I don't think that that's a true actual sentiment of hers, because I think she's grifting. I think her intent was to make a victim-based video on the internet that got clicks and views, and she wanted to make money off of it. So her rhetoric was shaped around, look at how horrible this guy is, and I hope he suffers everything that he's got coming to him. And that shiznit backfired. And from what I'm seeing, and this could be fake news itself, I'm not sure, but it sounds like she could be facing up to 8 years in prison, man. She straight up lied about this. And there was another video of another DoorDash. Again, it's a female. This chick had purple hair. And she delivers this couple's food and then sprays it with mace. And the guy is explaining what happened, said that his wife took a bite of the food and immediately started like kind of coughing and stuff, and then took another bite and then eventually threw up. And they said that they didn't know her, they tipped her, they've never had any contact with her. This chick, out of whatever horrific vampire energy grievances that she harbors within her hateful soul, just simply maced these people's food because she's like, F you guys, for reasons unknown. We don't really know why. That's bizarre. And I don't know. We're just kind of seeing this sentiment. Another example I can think of that kind of reflects this is here recently. We'll wrap it up on this, but I guess Rob Reiner was found dead in his house along with his wife. They were burned. And as more evidence came out, it turned out it looks like it was his kid, their kid. Their kid murdered them and burned them. That dude, that's horrific. So the kid, we want to look in and find out what the heck is going on. What'd you do this for? That's some Mendoza kids kind of level of stuff, except that the Mendoza kids may have had some kind of reason why. Do you have a reason why? What the heck happened here? This seems absolutely insane. Who burns their own parents alive? You know? But the thing that I want to focus on is that plenty of people, including Trump himself, came out and had not nice things to say about Rob Reiner, because he's a known, high level of one of the highest levels of TDS I've ever seen. It really affected the dude. In some very negative ways, I think, unless he was playing it off. The dude is an actor, or was, but I don't think so. I think he was sincere about that stuff. He had really, really high levels of TDS, so MAGA don't like this dude. And MAGA came out and said some pretty mean things about him. In some instances. I know that I didn't, and I'm kind of prone to be a little bit edgy like that on some things, but this dude got burned alive by his own kid, man. I just didn't have it in me to go after the guy, over that. That's horrible. And but what's happening is that because MAGA and Trump himself came out and had some not nice things to say about it, you've got the left being like, you people are a bunch of hypocrites because you just got done browbeating the hell out of us and canceling us over what we had to say about Charlie Kirk. And here, I'm telling you, this is what I'm leading to. And I think it ties in. Like, what is going on with people that they can't delineate between basic right and wrong? There's a difference between being spicy and absolutely gleefully applauding the murder and then calling for more blood. And the left has done that, not just with Charlie Kirk. That was the biggest example. That was one of the most atrocious things I've ever seen. People just, doing the mockery thing about shot through the neck and then calling for more of it, applauding it, saying, well, yeah, we need more of this. And the thing is that that's not a one-off. They've done that multiple times now. They did it with that guy that killed the CEO. And they did it with the dude that tried to assassinate Trump. We are not the same, man. There's a big difference between being spicy. Yeah, it could be lowbrow. You have a point. I'll give you that. Lowbrow, harsh, heartless. Yeah, okay. Granted, that ain't the same. That ain't the same as what you freaks did. You people are animals. You're disgusting. And, what happened is that, what I think happened, is that when there were enough lefties that were doing that, then all of the lefties got caught up in it. So this is what I think is happening. I think you have people who are liberals who said some not nice things about Charlie Kirk, right? Said something like, something I would disagree with, obviously, but said something along the lines of, hey, man, you kick the hornet's nest and you talk like he did to people and you're going to get it. It's just going to come back on you at some point in time. And that kind of a comment got caught up in the blowback just as much as the comments that were saying, cheering it on and saying, we need more of this. There's nobody that's going to apologize about it. That's the nature of the beast, man. That's how it happens. Whenever you have a group of people that are acting bad enough, a whole bunch of people that are kind of on the peripheral edge, but are part of that demographic or end group are going to also get caught up in it. That is part of human history. It's a tapestry that's thousands of years ago. Neither you nor me am going to change that. So you're an idiot if you're arguing against it. Learn something about human psychology, man. And so now the tables have flipped and it's MAGA making fun of Rob Reiner, but what you don't have, you have the absence of people cheering it on, saying, yeah, more of that. We want more liberal kids going crazy and just murdering their parents. I haven't seen that anywhere, man. I haven't seen that anywhere. And that's the kind of comment that would end up capturing everybody else up in the blowback. And you don't have it. So you don't have the blowback. Go kick rocks. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up on that. Again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Let's save it right here. Let's actually tab out. Let's ride a little bit of ways away and see if we can see the income switch up. But yeah, all that stuff that I just talked about there, from the DoorDash girls, the two of them, the two examples I brought up, to the thing about Rob Reiner versus what MAGA said about, or what lefties said about Charlie Kirk, we just seem to have a large group of people, cross-generational, that are just heinous. And it's an unfortunate thing. I don't know where, there's this saying, there is no peak to clown world. Meaning, like, every time you reach a new level and you're like, how can it possibly get any worse than this? Well, people will find a way. So let's look at other, and, You can see we have room to go, man. This thing just got started and it's already making about 150. We can buy a third workshop eventually. We'll get that wool weavery. But we're now making 412 after expenses. We're making 702 from workshop income. So real good development for us. Let's hit save as, and we're going to save over ongoing 1. All right, guys, again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. More importantly, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Merry Christmas, and I will see you in the next episode where this story continues. It's you. You're half of you are mentally ill. The other half of you are sociopathic. You make trashy games that nobody wants to play, that's full of more sermons than it is good gameplay. It's your fault. Everybody hates you. Get used to this.
I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 No filter, I got no filter.
My side, the MAGA world order, is loving this. We did this to you, by the way. And we want all the credit.